You're what's the day? The fourth of March. I was wondering. I wasn't gonna come back live, but I'm like, damn, this the day. All that shit happened down in a few hours. This the day it'd be like the anniversary of South Carolina. So I received this. I'm gonna show you. Share my screen with you. Somebody sent me this. I don't even know who it is. Now, this, for it to be where it was filed, this is Mystery Gang Town. This this is Mystery Gang time. So I was asking myself, yo, who? It almost makes it sound like I'm going crazy when I say, well, not when I say, when a girl says, yeah, you was gonna get kidnapped down in South Carolina. So now that my mind is clear and I see the resurgence of a certain person, I ain't gonna say their name, they know who they are from this day and what happened this day. Then it made me remember why I didn't. This was, I knew the boy, I knew the boy Q was lying because of this. Now, I told you, when 88 said I, I was supposed to get kidnapped down South Carolina, I'm like, well, who was going to do it? Because I went back down there twice. Why they ain't kidnap me? So I'm saying, who was supposed to kidnap me? Or was this is this bitch lying? She told the truth about some things, but was she lying about this? And then I'm thinking about Sean, the boy Sean G. I'm thinking about the boy Sean G. And what Ratchet said when he came out that hotel that morning, and that shit had me so steamed, and how I was thrown so off course. Cause when I was down there, Ratchet was keeping me and Petty apart. I mean, literally. He, I'm thinking of this story, and this is not a story. This is facts, and how I'm arguing with this woman all day today and yesterday, And I'm like, hold the fuck up. How I unlock everything just by saying Wanda Williams. And the boy instantly was like, told Chase to unblock him. So that meant they knew Wanda Williams, or they knew they the one that sent me boots on the ground. So Max Boogie come over today. I should have named this shit my Caribbean Queen. But when Max Boogie came over today, that shit was funny what she said. I ain't have enough time to laugh at it. I had to relook at the live and see Max Boogie was the first one in here telling me about somebody getting a stank ass truck. So if you can think that you're not being guided, but you are being guided by somebody. I'm trying to think where, like, she had mad nieces. She said one of her things was she used to say she had mad nieces and nephews, and Petty was one of her nephews. The boy, whoever the boy Petty is, you know what I mean? So I ain't see Petty for a minute, but I know Ratchet like in September, because I'm trying to think when Mystery Game. Like, I don't know if we went our separate ways, but Petty was never a part of Mystery Gang. He told me he was never going to be a part of that shit. Because when I met Petty, he was already set up. See, he was on that panel. So I was just looking at Petty channel. He was like, "Damn, how is boy gonna be on? Get your channel shut down and then be on the panel." I know ain't nobody been on my panel, or somebody was on my panel and it was Petty the whole time. That I mean, no using different Jones or whatever. I don't know, but Petty is the only one that would know when I showed a certain car, nobody else was getting it. So everybody was saying, "Yo, who the boy NASCAR is?" And I never knew who the boy NASCAR was. That's one John. I mean, I thought I knew who he was. So when I threw out that subliminal, like years later in like 23, and I said, "Yo, can somebody in Texas address this subliminal?" And he came. Somebody came. It was a green. I never forget it. It was green. We're just talking about colors, but I remember. I'm telling you, this is facts. We was I was supposed to go somewhere else when I was down there, but instead, Petty told me to chill. I don't know why, but he told me to chill, and he told me he let him and his lady drop, and I just fall back. So I don't know if I was drunk, he was drunk. I don't know what started that shit, but we was on this dark ass road, and we both jumped. was we was in this dark ass road. I ain't know where I was at or none of that shit, like direction wise or nothing. It might have been, I don't know, but I think Petty. I think did he get out first? He got out first, and I'm like, is this nigga serious? So I jump out. We both jump out like we about to fight, but he telling me something. We get back in without a fucking punch. Swung, but he told me something, and all this shit is just starting to come back as my mind is clear. So me put Petty to the side. How many people do it take to make a conspiracy? It only take one other person, you and one other person, to have done something together illegal, and it would they can call that a conspiracy. So it made me think. I'm like, when a man knows enough to destroy you, but holds his tongue, respect him and pay him. Because I remember Petty giving me several warnings about somebody in South Carolina. This is shit I never said to nobody. But it is a lot of shit that happened down there other than us looking for Alexis Ware. I mean, and I took a lot of pictures down there. Like shit that I never seen before. So I remember getting like I think the second time I went down there, I don't know if I took a plane down there. It's like one time I took a plane down there and I was coming through the airport and the airport they got this big ass car there. So I take a picture of the car. It was a NASCAR. I remember they got some shit down there that I kept taking, and that shit was knocking me out. So I would stay in the fucking room in the dark with the shades drawn and everything. So Petty came in there one day, like fuck that kid's ass up. That was the day we got in, but it was this place he was taking me to, and I would go in there, I believe, and I would get this stuff. It was I forgot what it was called. It's legal, but it was just too strong for me. I couldn't handle that shit, and I smoke all the time. But this was knocking me the fuck out. And I remember him banging on the door, boom, 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 boom. And I get up. He's like, "Come on, man, fuck that, get up." He grabbed me, hold me up, make me stand up. I'm like, "Yo, we going." He's like, he telling me like, he let me know that he was driving. He had his lady in the car. Now I remember her name. So see, the thing about it is, I said, I'm reading this. This is like it's months. Let me see if the date is on this joint. The date ain't on here, but it was at 8:08 that they sent this to me, and it says Dip Set. And how I see it, I'm like, it's a Dip Set sus. So you know, if you say sus, I'm gonna say I'm thinking suspect. I hear the girl Shay saying she talked to my partner and talking. She says the suspect. You gotta hear this shit. I mean, you can bring this shit up on the joint. I'm using this under the Fair Use Act of 19, whatever, 17. I know 17 USC for the purpose of what we be talking about over here. So I'm wondering, I'm like, this one, like, wait, why the fuck she keep going the fuck back and forth with me? So let me share my screen with you. So you see what she's saying right there? And it's short. So I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm like, hold up. Now this, like I said, I'm using this under the Fair Use Act. I want you to look really all of the time. I be looking at graphs, not just through software, but I just watch numbers. I like just watching numbers, something that I never did before. But I remember down South Carolina when we went out to that to look for Alexis Ware, it was like all my energy was sucked from me. But the only person that could get me riled up at any time, and like I said, so I show like Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is where people get information, and that's where they catch rainwater at, on Clubhouse. So they be having all of these rooms down there. But if you ain't never had it, but you got to put it on your phone. And somebody jumped up on my on my screen. That shit was just like the other day. So if somebody hacked the phone, somebody just now dropped the same picture. Somebody did the same thing as somebody else did. Now, the person dropped it in a group chat when we was the mystery gang. And I was like, yo, don't put that shit on my phone. So somebody else did that about the boy Duke. And I was like, yo, don't put that shit on my phone. And it was like, I'm just trying to let you know what he. I never met Duke in person. I never saw this nigga before or nothing. But I'm literally telling you, when I came out my hotel room, it was a it was a car, and it said, I wish I'd have took a picture of it. It said Champion Toyota, and it had Pennsylvania plates on it. And then there was another car. It was like one of them. We call them just to get a rep Jeep, and it had the Queen Joan on that joint. So I don't know if this person was in the hotel or not. So I kept telling I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, yo, whoever, like, I was over on Donald Goines' channel. That's who it was, Donald Goines. So if the person name was Opinion Lady, I seen her in Ratchet's chat, and then I seen her in she was on what's the name, and she had that same thing. But this was this big ass like on on one of them just to get a rep. It's a it's a big ass tire on the back, and she had that. Whoever was driving it, and it was green. I'm just I gotta get this shit off. So I'm looking at my homie Gilly, and I'm like, I'm seeing him send his daughter off to college, and she has this green truck, this green, but it's really called a Jeep Wrangler. It's really called a Jeep Wrangler, but we call them just to get a rep. But I call it just to get a rep because of back like brand Nubian times, like the '90s. I'm thinking brand Nubian's time because I, I don't know if I said it outside. I always felt like because we integrated at the campus, it was like 8 of us, and there was one girl. Her name was Sandy, and they kept put like on the shit crazy. The people that got us to go up there in the mountains. It was in Burman. It was in Burman, but it's really Wilkes-Barre. It's at the bottom of the mountains, but it's a Burman. It's called the Wilkes-Barre campus, but it's in Burman at the top of the mountains, and across that field is Dallas State Prison. So I go there for like 2 years before they call us up. Before they call us up, call my unit up, call my unit up for us to go replace, you know, another unit that was in the Iraq War. So they called us. I was in the reserves. I joined as a reserve, but I scored so high they wanted me to be on active duty. So they did this. They did some fucking package or something to make me be on active duty. Told me I still go to school. So I changed school, well, campuses. So the whole time I've been on here, and people keep coming up with the same fucking names. So I don't know if I'm telling people shit that they don't know, but it was at a Turkey Hill ice cream. I don't. This is something. This only shit that people would know that was there if I was telling the truth. They had to be there. You had to be there to know that when they called Renee, they called. She was in the car with us. It was like 3 of us, and she was in there, and they called her uh, the N word lover. And I was the first one to jump out the car and run over to. I, was- I was ready to fuck them up, but the word didn't fucking bother me is because they was bothering her. But I remember she was from the NY, I forgot what part of the NY she was from. Anyway, I don't ever know what happened to her. But if I say I always felt like somebody was just talking to me on the phone, they was talking about MK Ultra, and I was like, um, yeah, these motherfuckers on the internet playing around like this MK Ultra shit ain't real. But I've been through it. I said, I think I've been through that shit before. That's why this shit don't be bothering me. And I just want to go stab a motherfucker. I just want to kill somebody. Again, and when I say again, meaning I did it before. So I don't have no problems doing it again. But I remember it was out of eight of us black people, the person that was up there, they last name, and our counselors, one name was, I forgot her name. I think her name was Vera Ship. And the other one, his name was John Barnes. He had he looked like a big fucking bear and shit. He had a what's the name, a charm. So they had a big meeting because somebody came out and put all of this KKK shit out in front of us, like it was a test to see what we're doing. So everybody was upset, and I just was in there, and I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. They can burn whatever the fuck they want. They ain't put any hands on me. I don't give a fuck. I never cared about that word, and I'm just wondering, like, somebody came up on our live, but before they came on the live, it was a woman up here, and she said um, the N word, and I didn't care if she said the N word. She called rainwater the N word. Then behind the scenes, she told me why they had kicked her off all of these channels, and I'm looking at some. I remember what her name. She told me what her name used to be, and it was called Truth Be Told. And she was up here on a lot of shit. She was. I thought that she was up here when I pulled the paperwork on Rayshawn Jackson, and when I before I pulled the paperwork on Rayshawn Jackson, it was a website, and it was called 88 something, 88 only or some shit like that. I mean, when I say it said 88only.com or some shit like that, and it was a long fucking message. And I was trying to decipher the message. So I deciphered the message, but I seen that somebody was trying to set Rayshawn Jackson up. They sent a message down to set him up or uh, the booking, but they left it on an open website. So earlier today, I was getting ready to put that up and show that these people was sitting up here and they was just saying, yeah, y'all know Ray Ray, right? And I was like, Ray Ray, the lady that was saying it, she has never struck my page. She allowed me to. I don't know who this lady is. I don't know her, but she called her. Her first name is like Madam something, and she put up there Rayshawn Jackson's paperwork. I'm like, yo, I already put that shit out there. No, they ain't acting like that shit ain't been out there. That shit been out there. I've been put that shit out there like a long time ago. But she just only went into it to say about Ray Ray, but she don't go to the part where they had the transcripts where what was said, who was saying what, like whoever these people was, like I told you, somebody or it was somebody that brought two agents. Yo, look, how long we been here? Damn, we been here like 42 minutes. Y'all gotta share this live. If you in the bushes, I don't care. Because somebody bought two agents to Rayshawn to Rayshawn Jackson with somebody else, but it was something that even I ain't gonna say I missed it. I wasn't thinking about it at that time. One of the people that she pointed out, she said, "You see to say her like like it was a." So I mean, I'm like, ew. When some people be coming over here and I be saying I don't want to know who you are or whatever, I know Sin City. She got this accent, but I don't know what the accent is. I'm just thinking it's like a New Orleans accent. She's just from New Orleans, but she show a picture and she's going to, but she show a Jamaican flag. So the whole time I've been trying to think like, who the fuck is? It was said it was a Jamaican and a Haitian, and they was undercutting. I think the Colombians or something like that. None of my business really, because I don't fuck with none of that shit. But I remember down South Carolina, Eddie said, I forgot what he used to call. He had a problem with somebody on the on the on the internet that was covering the Dolph case. But where they was from down South Click. I think they was from down South Click, but it was further from where Mr. Petty was at. And he used to call him something. He told me that he went to jail, and these whatever they call him, he called him. He said they used to fuck with him a lot. But if if anybody know Mr. Petty, Yo, Petty is a kind of small boy. When I say small, like not real tall. He ain't tall as me. Not that average size. I'm average. I say that I'm average size. That's 72 inches, which is 6 feet tall. I say that's like so. Ratchet TV is taller than that, but Petty, he a little bit smart, but he ain't no bitch. But he used to always say this thing. Mhm. But I said this before. I was wondering, and that was Petty on another channel, and me looking at this thing right there, and then some of these things that he's saying on his channel, that shit been making motherfuckers. He when Petty gonna get his views, but when he's talking about that, he always put that dolphin that flipper, like he covers that Dolph case. So I'm just looking at him as what he's saying. People is laughing, but I remember him telling me him saying something, and then somebody coming up on the live, or somebody got another channel. That boy said that I was playing with the Alexis Ware case, and I was like, "Who the fuck?" Like, I really wanted to say, "Who the fuck you talking to?" Like, I got burnt down that joint. Like, I spent the money down that motherfucker. I mean, literally, like to the father of Alexis Ware, he hit me and tell me about his son. It, like he's sorry for his sons. That's all he could say was sons. And then he asked me, did I think she was missing? And I just gave him my honest opinion. I never talked to the mom. And then I got this drawn for MGR. I had a page. It was an Instagram page. It was all MGR. So that was the page I was sending everybody to when they had to talk to me. And it just had all this shit on. I can't even fucking remember what was on this page. It was mad shit on there from mad people telling me all of this shit about Alexis Ware, about Mo3. So I don't like. They told me, yo, you had the I had to do some type of appeal or something like that. And I was like, man, fuck that. I got another Instagram page. I never thought about trying to get the page back or anything, but it still comes up. Long story short, the people that came in on the regular page that I started out with, just with Ratchet TV, that's where Sapphire, Queen, and Ratchet TV is on. And that's where a lot of people came in. And that's where Ratchet TV sent Sapphire Queen to me first, asking me, just like quizzing. It was like it was an inquisition or some shit like that. And then it was like he sent her before he would talk to me. I still had it. I still have it. But I remember Petty saying he had a vault, and Ratchet TV didn't want him to open up that vault. So he knew Ratchet TV before me. That's why I'm telling you, these niggas know. And I don't mean put Petty out there. Petty is the one that told me that they would have. It was a phone call it was like every morning. It was a whole bunch. It was like a bunch of them that would be on the phone. Now I know Petty ain't as. Let me even say that because I can't vouch for nobody, but Petty ain't never showed me no gay tendencies or nothing. But he asked me and was testing me, him and his lady, and he took me to this bar one night. So I'm taking pictures of all these asses, but he come out and just tell me why he didn't want me to go where I went, and he just tell me straight up. And now that's probably what got us into the argument, is because I was like, bro, the fuck you talking about? But I probably was a little tipsy because we went to this John in Greenville. Me and Petty went to Greenville, where Alexis Ware was supposedly at. Well, not where she was at, but where she some where all of the girlfriends was from and all of that. They were all really from like Greenfield. Then there was Anderson County. Just listen to me what I'm saying, and how in the Mo 3 case they got a detective Anderson. You know what I'm saying? On the case, his name Chris Anderson. So when I broke off from Mystery Gang, I was doing, and I don't know if Petty was still there. I went and was able to go right back to the lake, the show where it was, and now I remember Petty was like, "Yo, he probably put all this shit out here before he came down here." He told me this. Him and his lady, they had went back there and they got other pictures where they took real close pictures of all of this shit that Ratchet TV was saying was down there. But the reason we was down there is that there was supposed to be a tree. Shout out to H, my cousin. There was supposed to be a tree that had Alexis Ware and TJ name in the tree. Like it was carved into this tree. It was supposed to be carved into this tree. Carved into the tree. So I got the knife up there because how would you carve a name into the tree? So I'm thinking of Carver. And then I remember in the Dolph case, there was somebody in there. His name was Key Glock. So when 88 says I was supposed to get kidnapped down that joint, I'm wondering like who was supposed to kidnap who? Because I was up there and I would be talking about the dog case, and I remember I kept sending. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I was sending shit to Ratchet TV, and I was wondering if some people was intercepting this shit, and they seen what I was sending. All right, here go one of them. So I'm not trying to get in the case. I'm just trying to get him off the case. Cause I'm thinking, yo, he know this, he know that. I'm like, damn, let me start this podcast. So I pulled the annual report for Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies LLC. And if you see this right here, let me make sure y'all seeing this. And I ain't trying to make a big thing of the dog case because they got it's enough people carrying. But look, this is the actual state document. And I don't know if anybody's looking at it, but you don't know something crazy about this? So I remember sending that, and I don't know if anybody ever fucking. I don't know if Ratchet understood it until I told him like, yo, when they put the ball into the courtroom on a body, Yo, a body. Why he wasn't? Why he ain't had no cuffs on? You don't come in a courtroom when you just talking to the judge and the judge just talk to you and tell you what you charged with. You ain't got no lawyer, no nothing. They ain't had no look. They ain't had no lawyer for the ball or none of that. Yo, in Philly, and this gotta be all over the United States. How come these bulls is walking in courtrooms with no lawyer and the judge telling them? Now in Tennessee, they let you see inside the courtroom. These bulls is in there and no, except for in Yellow Beezy case, but these bulls walking in the courtroom, they don't have no handcuffs on and no lawyer, and the judge just talking to them. They don't have no public defender there or nothing like that. Like Tennessee broke the shit or something like that. They just talking to the judge. Even when you go to see the commissioner in Philly, they got a boy there that they might have come down there and talk to you and everything before you go up there and see the commissioner to get a bail. But on a murder charge, you walk in the fucking room, walk in the joint, and you don't got no cuffs on or nothing. Like they ain't even had like they wasn't even cuffed up or nothing. Like they wasn't worried about them running. There wasn't no fucking guard like holding their arm to make sure they don't run. And I pointed that shit out. I put that shit in the jaw on the racks. I'm like, yo, did you see that shit? Like, yo, this these boys, and I'm keep telling them, I'm like, yo, the boy Cornelius Smith, they like to me. Let me say that he got like two Cornelius Smiths. Them ain't the two same niggas. Cornelius Smith that was in there in the beginning, that ain't the same Cornelius Smith that like like they changed him out. And the boy, um, straight drop. Yo, his shit was all fucking lined up and everything. Like he just came from the barbershop or some shit like that on the street after they supposedly just caught him. But he was in jail clothes and he had a fresh lineup. And they said they caught him in Minneapolis. I don't know. I'm just talking right now. But it was one ball, a ball head U.S. Marshal. And I remember C.J. Davis. She was the like police captain. She was the chief of police in Tennessee at that time. And I remember her, and you know how they say you got like a handler, but anyway, her, the prosecutor, and then it was like a U.S. Marshal there. He had a bald head with a beard. Something I found strange because marshals don't usually wear beards. When you're in the government, you usually don't wear beards unless you got like an excuse to wear a beard. But as soon as they was asking about this dude, I think his name was Shondell Barnett, light skin bull. They wouldn't take no questions on it. He's like, no, 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 we ain't answering no questions like about him. And then the brother, his name was Marcus or something like that. So I'm looking at Petty Page today, and he keeps saying like certain things in certain ways. Petty talking like He talks like a coded way so that, yeah, ain't nobody understand that. And he was the only one that I ever could talk to, and he always knew to talk out. Like if me and him talk, he would take me somewhere like out in the open and talk. Like we never talked any business like in his house or anything. Anything we had to talk about, he would make sure that we would go outside and talk. And I don't know if Petty younger than me or older than me, but when I be playing, I got the game from my old heads. I be talking about Petty and my other old heads because I know what they into. He said he only told me about the rain. He ain't telling me about the snow. So that'd be like my favorite part of that song. It's been a long time coming. And then he said my partner tried to X me out for a ratchet ass hoe. So I remember Petty when we was down there, he was saying he would say certain things. And at that time, like if it was like this, me and my cousin, we never talked about each other in front of no women or nothing like that. We would never talk. We ain't play that. Like we ain't, yo, don't talk crazy to me how me and you regularly talk. We don't talk like that in front of women. Like you trying to talk like you harder than me or something like that. Like you're a bitch, nigga, and all this, anything like that. Let me bring this shit around the corner.
Only stupid people say stuff like that. All right? Only stupid people say stuff like that. Moron, trying to compete with me. You can't compete with me in no type of way. And you can play this on your live so I can strike that beat. Okay? Again.
Now, mind you, at Medicaid dash fraud department. Mm, excuse me, Miss. Look, with the S, Shay. Let me see y'all saying that. Shay. FYI, this is for Mr. Solomon. Dr. Dan Hartman, MD, needs to contact us concerning his benefits ASAP. So I go in and look on the joint after my last live, and my benefits is there. So let me tell you something, bitch. You don't hold no fucking weight. The law is the fucking law. You lying down this motherfucker. You down here lying. Everything you say is a fucking lie. I don't know you, bitch. I keep telling you that. you met me online and you think you know everything, I would tell you everything about me. I ain't even tell fucking Petty everything about me. And I trusted him. And that shit never came on this internet. You said some shit that, how the fuck would you know that shit unless that shit came from Ronald fucking fag ass Mack, the fucking, the heroin addict that was in the drug rehab. Or DJ Q. When DJ Q say, yo, he told me personally, he said, Petty, I thought Petty told him some shit like that. He said, Petty never, he said, I never heard Petty say anything. So that meant somebody like Ronald Mack, yo, you was that last live I showed, you was all in my chat. And you stay around a whole bunch of bitches. A nigga that stay around a whole bunch of bitches, he a bitch. I mean a bitch. A gossiping ass nigga. So when I see Petty say something about motherfucker on the panel, like, damn, how you gonna take your channel and then be up on the panel? Like, yo, I ain't never had a lot of people up on my panel. We had maybe 3 up here, at the most 4. And it haven't been like that in a long time. But when we did have it like that, we'd be up here laughing and shit because we looking at y'all niggas, but we talking about the Mo 3 case. So this some shit. So Petty talking now, he talking about somebody else, talking about some panels, like where motherfuckers got a lot of motherfuckers on their panel. So Petty knows somebody else. And it make me think, like, God damn, this bitch 88, she couldn't have been telling the truth. Because if Petty was going to do something to me, I went back down there twice. He could have left me. It's where me and him got out of the car. He could have left me out there in the fucking fields. He didn't. So I'm like, this bitch 88. Is she lying about that shit? And what did happen to Alexis Ware? Because when the mystery gang, and I'm telling what happened, I know they was hit. Y'all could hear my phone keep going off, but I leave my house because I know I'm like my family sleeps, so I'm trying to go and talk, and somebody else is there in the room with me. But the only person that ever brought it up was DJ Q. In his garage, he looking in the background. So he says something to somebody and they bring that to my attention. They was part of the mystery gang. They said, yo, they could, on this one video, you could see somebody in the background. Boom, 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 boom. And I was like, where? And I went and reviewed the video and bam, I seen it. So when I tell you, niggas be cock watching up here and worrying about who the fuck you sleeping with, and then the next thing I know, DJ Q bring a joint up. I already know Y'all niggas trying to set niggas up on the man net. Because niggas wouldn't be on here talking about who the next man is either sleeping, if he's sleeping with the next man or he's sleeping with a woman, if it's interstate, and then start talking about you paid this and you paid that. That's you faggot ass niggas like MHB, all of y'all. So when y'all couldn't catch me up on there, y'all just made up a fucking story to try to, or whatever the fuck was supposed to happen down there, y'all trying to get money. The whole time I'm setting y'all the fuck up. Because you're supposed to be telling us the truth on here. Not trying to get money and take people fucking money illegally and then tell us a lie. The only person to ever tell me the truth and show me, send me pictures and everything, and I'm talking about to the highest level, was my man Petty. So when I fucking argue with certain people up here because I see that they try to tear me down, it was a day Petty took me out in his back, like he has a big ass backyard, and he talked and he asked me what was wrong with me, and it was about money. Like motherfuckers kept asking me for money. So Petty actually saw when people keep asking me for money, what it does to me. And basically he was trying to tell me how to say no. Or when I cut a motherfucker off, or they showing me when he showed me when somebody try to use me. So when Ratchet TV say, oh, he start talking about Petty's aunt, Petty's aunt, and he talking about this other woman. Let me just put it this way. What the fuck ever that dirty bitch, nappy head bitch, yeah, nappy scappy ass head bitch, whatever you was the fuck trying to do, it did not work. Because I'm starting to see what even, and now I'm remembering what Petty was saying and what Terrain was saying. And why he was doing what he was doing. It was something else they was trying to get at. And it was something simple. Because now I'm remembering what you don't gotta be. You don't have to be that way. Yo, you want to stick with the brothers before these women, because even Satan and anybody know that a woman, yo, she's going she can bring down the kingdom. So it could have been the dude who sent me that John, and they keep going back to that. He never called me by my name, my actual name. And I remember the dot, 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 and then the question mark. And he said, we only observe, we only watching. So when I get that thing right there, yeah, they may be watching, but they might put something in there. And you tell they whole shit. You tell their whole shit. Shit that I wouldn't have never said unless Terrain got that shit on recording. You hear it. You came on the internet and told it. And then you said, me and Terrain are friends. No. You said that I was going into business with Terrain. No, I wasn't. You actually said that I asked for a fucking massage. Bitch, you was on the phone? Or Terrain told you that? Even if he did tell you that, he told you to come on the internet and say that. Because I remember Mr. Petty kept telling me to stop saying something because I was bringing something upon him by saying this. I wasn't mean saying it. I ain't know nothing about. Like I ain't, you know how you don't ask nobody. That ain't the first thing. Like, yo, what religion is you? With asking all these goddamn questions. So the day that I put up there, everybody got a right to practice whatever religion that they want. See, I remember I was in jail. Bill Clinton put in this law. I think it was called the Religious Freedom Act or something like that, where people were allowed, and this wasn't even in the military, they was allowed to sacrifice and all of that shit. They was allowed to sacrifice animals and all of that. And I never put that down, put them down or anything. It just wasn't my twizzers. But I always remember Terrain saying one thing. I'm trying to help you. Like he was giving me game or some shit. That he, from what standpoint that he did, because I would have never talked to no nigga like that. So the test wasn't for me. The test was for you. He was inviting me to something and explaining it to me. Um, what do you call it? I remember him telling me, and these are some things. Some of these things that he was saying, I believe in. It's just the other things I don't believe in. Like deliver, what was it, Duala, something like that, where you deliver your own kid. Like it would be like a midwife delivering her own, having someone there to deliver their own kids. And how many men, you might smash a couple joints. You might smash a couple joints. You got like 5 baby moms or some shit like that. I don't have that, but I'm just saying, if you had like 5 baby moms, 2 baby moms, 3 baby moms, whatever, except they believe in that they marry them. I think they call them exu or something like that. I'm not gonna go into the whole thing right there. And when you hear them talking, the only reason I'm talking to them the way I'm talking to them because I believe I'm being recorded, or I knew I was being recorded. Then I gotta play this because nobody's gonna understand what I'm saying until they hear what she says. First, let me go to DJ Q because somebody called me and was like, I'm trying to look at your lives, but how do you know what they live? They knew to come to the left hand side. Now, here's the movie. Here go DJ Q talking about the movie setup. And 2 minutes ago, he's talking about the AI, these inspectors in the Mode 3 sector. Look what he put in the front. AI, these inspectors in the Mo 3 sector. Q says this. So when Petty's like, yo, how something about somebody channel getting shut down and then somebody being on the panel, I'm gonna use this under Fair Use Act to educate. You see what this say? Triple D. Triple D Revenge. Triple D right here. Now, look at Q's shit. Look at the blue line, and look how he just ended it 2 minutes ago, and look how far it went up. He got one page. So, Mr. Petty, I'm listening to him. He's like, yo, look at that king near you. Ain't been on for a couple days. I'm looking at that. Let me add value to his channel. Give him that right there. Because I seen a remedial somewhere else.
That's crazy, y'all.
Crazy.
Bam. Yo, I never looked at this shit before. Never. Look at his before. I only the bull Ghost 9. He been put this out some weeks ago, and I put it out, and I was like, damn. That's why I was getting off of YouTube, because there was nothing else to say. He showed everything right here. So it happens during the month of Ramadan. Like right before Ramadan is coming up, he shows this. And I'm not thinking about Ramadan. I'm just saying, all right, I don't want to do this. So then Petty come back live. He's talking about Ramadan. And he's talking about I think like $500,000 going to Dubai. Or something with Dubai.
Why don't y'all be looking and thinking? Why don't y'all be thinking about everything that this Mr. Rainwater said? Now we got to get into it. Okay, because he said he asked Rainwater to come pick him up. That he maintained an open line. That he maintained. Why the fuck is it dark? That he maintained an open line with Mo 3 during the offense and heard the gunshots. What Rain said. Fuck, man. This shit is wild, yo. This is a wild story. I'm gonna show y'all how wild this story is, right? I'm gonna show y'all how wild this story is. Let's get into some real live wild shit. Let's get into some real live wild shit. Not here, please. Somebody messing with her. Oh no, she cool little girl. I mean, this is about to be the wildest shit we about to hear right here. Let's go to videos. And we're gonna go to Snake Water. We're gonna go to Snake Water. We're gonna go to Snake Water. We're gonna break this down real quick. It might. Well, I'm gonna have to go to the other screen. Give me a second. Let me get the other screen up. Fuck, I hate this shit. I need to hurry up and build this other computer. Mickey Brown. Shout out to Nikki Glam.
Listen to the
But it's a
mic.
lot of shit, y'all. It's a lot of shit that we about to talk about, and this is gonna be the last day I'm talking about this shit. Sorry, y'all. I apologize.
Same thing I said.
They had to click.
You see this
nigga.
right here.
Boy,
When you see this John right here, you don't want to talk about the case no more. When you see this right here, you don't want to talk about the case no more because you know the snake that Rainwater is. And you see that Devin Brown, he a witness on here. He ain't suspect or nothing like that. He is a witness. So I remember I played this wasn't a play. It's just Q told me something offline. It wasn't online. I don't know if Q was recording me or anything. I wasn't recording him, but he said he said something. So I don't know nothing, and I still don't know nothing. Look at his shit. I remember him saying something about building a channel off of Remedial, and I was mad at that shit at first until my daughter said it, and she was laughing. She was laughing at me like, "What the?" So I kept saying, "Yo, I can't get mad no more. Like I can't get hyped. And the only way people will see me go off is if somebody start talking shit to me, like they know what to say to start making me mad." And then I started looking at what the people saying in the track. They said you always gonna be room 220. And that made me mad and made me start going further and further in. And then the dude G says something to, you know, this woman that I'm going back and forth with all fucking day because she keep talking. Like, like, first of all, I really don't give a fuck. But it might be entertaining and it get people numbers up. But somebody might have been following me and I said, look at the numbers. That's what, or they heard me say, yo, that's what get the numbers up is motherfuckers just beefing, but they keep it on the internet. And then something came up with Corey Brown. I don't know, that shit just came out of nowhere. And he said, I always kept it on the internet. Corey Brown. That shit came up today. I'm looking on my phone and out of nowhere, that shit just came up today. and it was saying, and it was Corey Brown. He said, "I always kept it on the internet." Let me finish saying what Q said. What he say about this, the whole thing.
My dog crazy. I definitely gonna have to pull up on him and holler at him because I want to figure. I mean, I need to talk to him and see what's happening. Give me a second. I ain't going nowhere. I'm still here. We're all here. I just want y'all to think about everything y'all seeing and everything that y'all hearing because we done heard it already. But what's funny about it is it's in writing. That's the whole funny thing. That's the whole fucking funny thing. It's in writing. And you know what's sick about the situation that it's in writing? The person been telling us what this shit the whole fucking time and ain't nobody listening. It's like the situation where people say, when I talk, don't nobody listen. Everybody's listening, but nobody hears it. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
Like literally, like Mo3 ain't scary. Wasn't scary at all. I'm scared. If I was in the car driving, I would put that bitch in drive. I would have ran right to that car. Bow! I would keep running in the car. I would have drove down the highway on 4 flats. You know what I'm saying? 3 jumped out the car ready to go to war. Yeah. I believe that he ran out of time. It take where he have his shit.
This thing
45 seconds to get to him. Some bullets would hit
this
the car. You don't know how long you got. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
Those bullets was hitting the car. He don't know how long he got. It's kind of crazy that the bullets was hitting the car. But if I pull up and show y'all a picture of the front of this vehicle, maybe the bullets hit the side of the car. I don't know. But we do know Mo3 was in a shootout in September. So was he at his car when they shot at him? Because there's some holes I see in the door on the driver's side. But what's funny about that situation, the holes are beneath the car. They like on the bottom of the car. You dig? It's not in the door like on the side of him, like the motherfucker was trying to hit him. It's a hole at the bottom of the car, like right where the wheel well is. And I mean, when you shooting, I mean, bullets can go anywhere. And like I said, I'm not here to crack a case or to break a case down. I'm just here to show y'all and put this shit in y'all face that a lot of motherfuckers been telling y'all a lot of lies. Well, they've been telling us a lot of lies, but they also been telling us the truth and putting it in our face. And then we just go about it and move on like the shit don't mean nothing. You feel me? We listen and then be like, oh, that shit don't mean nothing. He just bullshit. Sometimes some shit that you hear could be the truth. Let's go. Let's hear this nigga Rain.
Oh, nigga don't know how long you got. But, you know, that's, you know, sometimes God take other people away to save other people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, facts.
Sometimes God,
the most gangster people, God had to take Tupac away. Tupac corrupted the whole world.
It's not this nigga.
Nigga had everybody screaming thug life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, oh my nigga. But you know, every dog got his day.
Video just came out about 2 months ago of Mo3 getting out the car. Because at first people were trying to say he didn't have a gun. he was lacking. Then a new audio came out from the 18-wheeler behind him, showing that he was getting out the car to get to the stash spot because he couldn't get to the stash spot from the driver's seat, right?
Right.
And he panicked. Do you feel like he panicked and that's why he couldn't really get to his gun?
I don't think he knew how much time he had.
Listen to this
I don't think he
nigga.
knew how much time he had. You know, if you go back to my first interview when I was on the phone with him, he said, "Damn, Rain, these niggas shooting." And he stopped for a minute. And that's why I heard the door open, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he put the phone in his pocket because when you see the video of him laying down, the phone laying right next to him. So I believe he said he stopped for a minute and heard gunshots. Then he say, "Damn, Rain, they is shooting." So when he got out the car, I don't think 3 realized they was actually shooting. He knew something wasn't right, but I don't think he actually knew what was really going on. Now think of that, y'all. Do that makes any fucking sense? How the fuck a motherfucker getting shot at and get out the car and look like, damn, Rain, they really are shooting? Tony Bands, what's up, boy? How you like if a motherfucker shooting at you, Rain?
The name that he said, Tony Bands.
You gonna know a motherfucker shooting at you. Come on, man. You gotta make this shit make sense, sir. You gonna know if somebody's shooting at you because you gonna hear it. I don't give a fuck how loud your motherfucking speakers are. You gonna hear them shots. Especially if you saying they hitting the car. If they hitting the car, you definitely know they shooting. The man just lied in 2 fucking interviews. Tony Bands. What's wrong with him? The man just lied in 2 interviews, bro. 1 minute he said he heard the shots hitting the car. Then he just said 3 didn't know they were shooting. This shit can't be real. This shit gotta be scripted. This shit has to be scripted, y'all. I'm just trying to break something and put this shit in y'all face so y'all can see what the fuck I'm talking about. And then we gonna get into some different shit. But this is the last 3 conversation I'm gonna have with my people. I'm gonna drop the link. Just cause I'm not up here. Yeah, we just gonna drop the link just cause. Just because. But we're not staying here long because this morning I woke up late again. And at least I made it to work at 5:48. But I can't make it to work at no 6 o'clock, yo. I definitely don't need that. I gotta be at work at 6 o'clock. But I made it at 5:48. Got my job done that I needed to get done. But I want y'all to hear this this part where Rain literally says, 3 said, "Come pick me up," just like that paperwork that Book put out. Say, and shout out to Book. Shout out to Book. Shout out to all the people I got up in the bleachers. Appreciate y'all. All my people in the motherfucking chat. Tony Bands. Uncle G. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But it just don't make sense. You know why?
Now, you hear him say Uncle G. Now, I don't know why I'm gonna leave it at there because I bought all of this shit up already, and I said this the month of Ramadan. I'm trying to stay away from all of that because after I heard it, after I saw it, I was like, shit, where the fuck? First of all, I was like, yo, where the fuck they got that from? And then when I saw that, I had already knew this nigga Rainwater. I already felt this nigga Rainwater. I was like, yo, this nigga lying. This nigga lying. Before I saw that. But once I saw that, I said there was no more reason for me to go live and anything because I was watching his mom and she said, I want to see how many of y'all going to make it without her son. So I was trying to get off, stop saying that Justice from '03, not because I was done with Justice from '03, but they had the boys locked up. I had that same thing he's showing. Plus, we already showed the thing. So I write a John to Ghost 9, and I'm like, yo, because he kept calling me crazy, and I said, yo, I put a John as my tag. I said, we all a little crazy. It ain't a competition. And I left it at that. But he kept showing his face on the John, so I'm taking pictures of his face. But he don't realize that I talked to him before. Now he showed me his face. And so I put up the John, Sex, Money, Murder. I'm saying I'm telling you, I was booked and I was with the boy. I think his name was Sosa. He was part of the blood. It was a blood gang called Sex, Money, Murder. They was telling me the case. They needed help with the case. The boy name was Sosa. He was the shot caller. That was down. This was at FDC. So when I think I heard Book say FDC, he said, when you down at that federal detention center, and I was like, federal detention center? Why you say federal detention center? Because that's FDC. New York is MDC, Metropolitan Detention Center. So little Kim, she comes down to FDC, but she's from the NY. But they only can house women down FDC. But when somebody come in there and came in our drawing and said Hassan Talib had a couple artists, Nina Ross, um, what's the other boy name? It was Nina Ross and a boy that was with Pharrell. He did a joint with Pharrell. And I remember Pharrell sent me some ice cream pop sneakers or some shit like that. Whatever his clothing line was. But it was a pair of sneakers. Some ice cream pop joints. But the boy Roscoe Pico Train. Roscoe Pico Train or something like that. He fall off his motorcycle near my crib, him and some girl. So I hope, he called me. I'm like, yo, let me bring that shit back. And he parked it in my driveway. I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm fucking flying. Because if someone come in and say Barclay Road, that means they know I ain't lying because that's where it happened at, on Barclay Road. So this is some weeks ago, I said I had went through all of this. So they had came in my chat saying all that. They come in there and say little shit here and there. So I'm looking at the 512, and then I'm saying I'm trying to figure this shit out. You know, but I know what it used to be. So I just leave it at that. I ain't here to expose nobody. I ain't trying to solve the case either. So I don't know why I just keep just hearing the Brown, and I'm like, I'm telling the girl, I'm like, yo, don't be tripping when I play that recording, because I'm looking at the people in the chat. She still get mad. Like, keep playing the audio. And then I look up this law, and it was talking about audio visual, and all of this other shit. And I'm like, oh shit. So say I got my audio, I got the my phone playing right here, but I just got the still shot. I'm not even playing your John. I just got the still shot. I'm leaving it just like this, but I got your voice playing in the background. I'm reading the copyright John, and that's how niggas get you knocked down. I ain't had a copyright strike, so when Shay Stu hit my John for a copyright strike, she it automatically just lifted my level. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck is you fucking playing with me after I'm showing you text messages where I'm telling you, yo, leave these people alone. Don't tell them nothing. And every fucking code name I gave you to use, you gave it to them, or they heard it, or they couldn't have heard it. You gave it to them. You were saying it on live. So when these people over there on your channel, so now we heard DJ Q. These the same people that's in the chat. He called them out. But I play Dane Calloway, and I'm letting the motherfuckers know I'm indigenous American. So she wants to go and start talking all types of shit. Put all my doctor's information up there, letting people know about my doctor, that I see a doctor, everything. So I write YouTube back on this John, and they ain't got back to me yet. Because I told her I was going to trash her, because I'm saying, if you ain't had nothing to do with it, you was charging me to tell the truth. You shouldn't to tell the truth. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't charge me to tell the truth. So you really is literally putting this stuff out, showing that you had a meeting with me and my partners, and they're trying to squash this shit, and you cussing them out. Like, who the fuck you think you are that you just talk to somebody and make an enemy out of somebody that's not trying to make an enemy out of you? They trying to be nice to you and just say, yo, listen, let's squash this, whatever. I'm not using this under Fair Use Act 17 USC to educate and for research of what we're talking about over here. So the first thing she does is she puts up Well, it's 13 minutes ago. Okay. She puts this up. The only thing I'm shutting down is your SDA, 7-day Adventist. I don't have anything to do with the stuff you are talking about. Keep. Plan DA and see where it lands you. I am waiting. You better go pull the mess with the CHP, whatever the fuck that is of yours. She don't already know that I already fucking talked to, but you're trying to take down wise, learned leaders. And she don't know. I'm not fucking joking. She think I'm playing because it only takes one other person for to admit to the same thing, and all these people already done. GRC and all of these people already said that there was a conspiracy. I played the voice of Mo 3, and he's talking about Stubberline. Stubberline dies. Mo 3 dead. These are two people that's dead. So you got two murders or two bodies. That's why I'd be like, yo, we don't know nothing about no bodies over here because we ain't put them bodies there. So when she keeps talking about come out here to California, fuck no, I'm not coming out to California for nobody because I'm in another chat and they asking me to come to Cali. No, the fuck I'm not coming to Cali. Ain't that where yeah, Papoose, what's his name? Not Papoose, what's the other guy? Pop Smoke, and then my homeboy, the young boy, he died down there. Somebody get a drop. All these bodies dropping in LA. Fuck no, I'm not coming out there. Nowhere near there. Not because I'm a bitch. Because why the fuck would I just fly to my death? Where a woman telling me she want me to come to her door so she can kill me. Nah, you ain't having me come the fuck down there. What the fuck I look like? Joe the Jerk just got to work. I'm keep telling you that. You sent something to my house and you said that I ate it and there was some poison in there. And I didn't eat it. I just told you I ate it. I threw that shit in the trash. Ain't nobody fucking sending me no fucking Chick-fil-A. And I'm going to eat it and I didn't ask for it. Motherfuckers call me paranoid all they want. So she put all of this out. Look what she's saying. So now you're going to bring out the teams meeting. This is confidential. Unless I say you could bring it out or we have an agreement. When you come into a teams meeting, it says that this is confidential. So we were discussing something and it is a confidential meeting. That's why it's called teams. So you're trying to tell everybody about the meeting that you had, which all I said was, yo, you know you're on recording and you're asking for money to tell the truth. Look, she take it too far. Look at her. She shows all these pictures. Look, with her tongue out, everything. She thinks she's talking to me, though. Show that she got Medusa hair. Everybody think it's funny. She's showing the money that I am allowed to recover when you come on the internet and say, yo, I robbed him. So I'm trying not to go through the courts I just tell you, yo, I need some gas. You're gonna send it back. I'm just trying to see where your heart is. If if I gave you something, is you gonna give it back? Would you help me? Look at her. This shit to her is funny, and she just don't realize I'm recouping because you already done said that you robbed me. So I'm just recouping, trying to recoup some of the money that I gave to you. But she keeps going further. There's Squad. Don't care about her feet or none of that. She put up here, you sent me your husband's picture, and I'm going to bring somebody up here that knows your husband that was in Japan, and he raped somebody, and he a rat. That's why you was on my top, because my partner, Keith Henry, who I show you at the beginning, he know this nigga was raping in Japan. And then somebody come up here and say, oh yeah, we in Japan and the woo. Yo, I don't play that rape shit nowhere. So when he was telling me, he never told me what the guy name is, but you know, when somebody at the time that somebody was down in Japan, they got the same damn near haircut. If I show you my partner, Keith, which I showed him earlier, he reformed himself, and now he's a naturopathic doctor. Tell people how to heal themselves. But he knew, you know, when we talk, we be talking about that's the elder. He's my elder of my church. So if she's saying she's trying to bring down the SDA, that's for 7-Day Adventist. Because you're the only person that ever said that I was 7-Day Adventist. I don't know who the fuck you was talking to, but you said, yeah, he's 7-Day Adventist, telling everything. So I didn't even put those Jones out. Nobody likes it. Call me alien. It's funny to you. You just keep going on and on and on. So I'm forced to respond. So bam. Now, like I said, using this under 17 UFC. She said she was going to call somebody, Wale, to have something done to me. And starts talking about my kids. So she leaves this out. She says the meeting via Teams with the partners and lying weird what? Suspect. So now this is my reaction to what she's saying. How did I become a suspect of what?
Wait, so my sometime within the message or whatever the case is, because we kept on going back and forth with each other. She asked me did I want to go to their meeting, the meeting that they will have to see, to go over everything and see if they want to remove him, strip him of his position. So I said, sure. So she told me it would be on Teams.
She said, sure. You agreed to the meeting. When you come into Teams, it says they have you in a lobby. And it says this is going to be recorded, but it is confidential there's certain things you can't talk about what we're talking about. I never talked about the team's meeting. That's been her talking about the meeting. This is the same thing that Queen 88 did. I invited her to a meeting that was confidential where she's talking about a documentary, but I make her sign an NDA first because I already have an NDA with Cam. And Cam says his team includes 88. 88 tries to backdoor Cam and make her own deal with me about a podcast. But the father talked to me offline. Well, 88 mentioned it first about a Netflix deal. I'm more interested in a Netflix deal than pie fucking cast. At that point, so certified mixtapes comes out, Boosie name come out, all of this shit come out. But it's not me bringing it out. I'm just saying, I'm talking in a confidential meeting that's not supposed to come out. I don't even know Boosie at that time. Never heard his music except for I started to listen to it more because him and 3 are in the joint, and now they saying how they baby moms got on the stand against them and all of that. And that's some shit I know because mine's did.
Okay. So she said, asking me, did I have Teams? And I don't know if I said yes or no or whatever the case is, but I know I can put it on my phone or my computer or wherever I did this at. So anyway, she sent me a link in the time. So I went to the Teams meeting. Okay. She told me not to say anything. So I didn't say anything. I remained quiet, just like she said. And I was listening to her. Not her, but the person talking. She told me it will be one of the partners there. I know, his abbreviations and all that, name and everything else, okay? But again, I'm not going to expose that, okay, period. Because I'm not trying to, see, the thing about me, I'm not trying to put everybody in this argument. I only want to.
See, the problem with her whole thing is the feds are already down here. You think you can talk openly on this internet and the feds ain't involved? You already put us out there. And y'all start talking about Medicare fraud and everything. That's why I made that long jaunt and I said, turn that shit back on because I already done showed enough evidence that you was lying. A doctor, how did y'all know my doctor's name? And it wasn't my doctor. My doctor was actually a Muslim from Temple. The first doctor, last name was Brown. He was the first to diagnose me. Somebody tell you in your chats on a prior live, yo, as of 2027, this is 2026. A year early, you talking about I'm committing Medicare and Medicaid fraud. First, you didn't even know what the fuck it was. So you keep going back and forth with me, and the whole time I done told that waste, fraud, and abuse. I'm telling them, yo, because I'm trying to see what part of the government is involved in this. So I go straight to Independence, Blue Cross, or what President Obama gave to veterans, and y'all making fun of that shit. My sicknesses, y'all making fun of that shit in y'all chats, and y'all actually name my doctor like my doctor gave y'all his information. And if you trying to put my doctor under investigation, you got the wrong doctor. It was a Muslim. So y'all was wrong. You was wrong. And I don't know if they was trying to catch you up or whatever, but let's continue to listen to her. And then I'll show you how all I did was find out today that they restored my things, because whatever she was saying, that shit wasn't calculating. And she keeps showing it on in there like it's a joke. And I kept saying, laugh now. I showed all of the paperwork that I could show to show that, these people keep fucking with me, and the dates that they fucking with me on all correspond the dates that you talking on the internet, and you saying that I was committing some type of fraud or something like that, when I can't commit the fraud. First, it was fraud. I'm doing fraud with my family and all of this shit, and all with my daughter and all of this. So I showed that my daughter gets hit up and everything. I mean, crashed into on her birthday, everything. The same fucking people that you dealing with. After I told you, leave these people alone. These same people try to make my daughter just got her nursing degree. Someone tried to make her put fentanyl and kill somebody before she even get to start her nursing career. But your black ass is still up here talking, trying to destroy her. And that's why I said one thing that I will do is I will go to hell, meaning I will go to jail, I will go to hell, die, and my daughter knows. Write down that lady name who told you to put that fucking fentanyl and shoot that shit a way that you was not taught to do it. I don't know who the fuck the person was. My daughter knows who that person was. Probably don't know who it was, but she was not getting ready to kill that person because she said, no, that's not how I was taught to give fentanyl. This little dirty bitch right here, and I just want to spit on her if I see her. Someone trying to tell her to shoot somebody with a dose of fentanyl that would have killed them. But she didn't do it. And when she didn't do it, she get into an accident, all of this shit. Bitch, you admitted to putting that shit online, putting my daughter's shit online. You admitted to it. Then they come over here in my chats, and I take a picture of them. So I done proved to my psychiatrist, my other doctor, who said, no, we can't believe that that happened. Oh, you can't believe it? All right, I'm gonna show you. And that's why I stay up all night. Don't be trying to bring me and my kids into none of y'all shit. Y'all could crash up whoever the fuck y'all want to crash up. Not my fucking kids. Don't bring my family. If somebody got a problem with me, come straight to me like a fucking man. You talking with people that you knew wanted to do harm to me. And you said it live. We knew the feds was down here. You never seen my daughters on here talking. It was only me. Y'all tried to take it out on my daughter. Both of them. Calling them gay, calling one of them, calling my one daughter. I ain't name her that. And then try to coax another one into putting fentanyl, a dosage that would have killed whoever they want to. And then they come in and show what fucking hospital she working at and everything, and say they gonna keep messing with her. Yeah, you gonna keep messing with her? I'm gonna kill you. I have a right. I have a right in the United States under the Constitution. If I defend it against everybody in fucking America to uphold the fucking Constitution, I don't got the right to do that for my own goddamn kids? You're a motherfucking lie. I don't give a fuck who Jermaine Thompson is. I told you, I don't give a fuck who the cop is. None of that shit. If they don't do their fucking job and lock your black ass up for everything that you saying, I'm showing everybody that somebody is in there talking to my partner, and she's showing, yo, why are y'all doing this little thing where y'all touching y'all fingers? So she's showing, and I'm showing, damn, who does that? I'm showing who does that little finger and who does the little heart shit. So I know who the people is that's doing that. The heart with the hands. Trying to destroy my heart, because if anything happened to her, they know that it's going to destroy me. And I just showed you at the beginning, they said right there, you got high blood pressure and everything. Yeah, that's what Dark Lord wants. And you talking to the Dark Lord and telling them where I go to the ATM at. You tell them about my daughter, and you said you did it by mistake. Ain't nobody trying to hear about your mistakes. Because if my daughter would have made that mistake and killed that person down in that hospital, they wouldn't have gave her no mercy. So you don't deserve mercy, bitch. You shouldn't have been showing nothing online that was private. Trying to get back at me because you fucking mad. Fuck your madness. I'm mad, bitch. I've been mad. I told you, people was dying over this shit. Terrain Hicks comes in there, acts like he's me, and he really puts 1, 2, like 12, like he's the cops, and tell you to stop what you're doing because people are dying over this. What you do? You keep fucking doing it. And then brag and then say, oh yeah, you wanted to fuck Ratchet TV down there in where? And now that girl, she's supposedly dead. So I don't know nothing about no bodies. I wasn't there. I ain't see her body. No, when they was trying to talk about, yo, hit the John. I ain't down there to find no fucking body. I thought they was supposed to be down there to fuck. Yo, I thought we was supposed to just pay the money. The mom said pay, like somebody said that they needed a certain amount of money to get the daughter back. So you, Lady Ray, everybody that I gave money for help. Not for you to try to throw it back in my face because I gave it to you. And then put me, my family in harm's way for helping somebody. That's why I made sure I'm like, I'm glad I finally got to the foundation to know where to send the money. So to make sure that it reaches the foundation for justice for Mo3. You taking me through all this fucking twist and turn right on the cusp of the same time that Ratchet TV did whatever he did to that girl, and that girl was not fucking playing with him. Took his strap from him, smacked him on his ass and everything like he was a little bitch. And now Mr. Petty back. Yeah, motherfuckers is changing their fucking tune, directions, and everything. And Petty could be mad at me all he want. I apologize to Petty live for falling for bullshit that somebody was trying to feed me. Even the part about somebody he was trying to kidnap me, because I went back down there twice. Petty ain't never tried to fucking kidnap me. And he always stood on business and told me the truth of why he was doing some of the things that he was doing. So you know Petty? Because you said that Petty, yeah, in that message, you said that Petty put a gun to my head and I got on my knees and sucked his dick. Bitch, you got to be the stupidest motherfucker in the world, because as soon as I asked Jermaine Thompson, did he know Wanda Williams? He let me in. He said, unblock him. So who do you think that is? I know Petty ain't no rat. One thing I know Petty ain't gonna do, he ain't gonna rat. Because the man could put me away, and that's what I said. When a man knows enough to destroy you, but holds his tongue, respect him and pay him. See, he was never part of the mystery game. And the only reason I went down there after that was to do business. It's a fucking shame that it took this fucking long to get back to the point of men doing business with men that stood and stand on business and not fuck with no nigga like Ratchet TV that's a fake nigga that just don't want to tell the truth what happened in room 220. He wants somebody to lie for him. I don't lie for no fucking body. Not on no shit like that. You ain't putting me up in nothing that can get me in jail. Cause nigga, you a rat. Shit I'm telling y'all about me and Petty. Yeah. All of this shit about him having to get that and everything and all of the nah. I ain't seen no Gizat. Ratchet had the Gizat. They ain't had no bullets in there. Petty told me, yo, don't buy no man no bullets. He said, I ain't buying that nigga no bullets. Yeah, and I had a fucking drone down there. Yeah, his girl, she had a camera. See, pressure will make Ratchet put them fucking pictures out or not. But they won't show shit. So he thought he was going to show me with that thing out there, but I didn't put it towards nobody or anything. I was moving back and showing people that, yo, it could be something right here, it could be something right there. But he cuts off when Petty and them other girls come down there. He cut it off there when they came down there because they was trying to take us deeper into the woods. Tell them to show that red car. He only shows what's beneficial to him, just like rainwater. And you are the same way. You think that you're showing something that's beneficial to you, but no, it's actually hurting you. Because if I was committing any type of fraud, they could have locked me up at any time. Because my diagnosis was and still is post-traumatic stress disorder and a couple other mental issues. But my doctor at that time was Dr. Brown. And he had me on a whole bunch of pills that made me dead, that my feelings, it was dead. Like I was being experimented on, and when I got Dr. Hartman, he cut those, all of that, and told me, what everything was going to do to me. Loss of memory, taking Xanax, which is used for anxiety. To deal with people on a day-to-day basis, I had to take Adderall. Just so I could talk to people. Even my kids. And then I lost a cousin, November 11, 2022, and he was a blood out of Atlanta. So when I tell you I'm not the one you want to be coming after you, I mean that. For anybody. This bitch make another fucking video. I'm putting everything out. And I mean it.